49ers celebration. This is celebrating Alaska's largest local companies ranked by gross revenue. Now, this event couldn't be possible without the generosity of our Luncheon sponsors: Marsh McLennan Agency, MTA, NANA, Northrim Bank, Providence Imaging Center, and Alaska Airlines. Bering Straits Native Corporation is the ice cream sponsor, so you're going to want to say hi to them at the end. Verizon Business is sponsoring the photo booth. PNC Bank is sponsoring the red carpet photo station. And Wilson Albers has sponsored the lovely centerpieces on all the tables. To add one more name to the mix, I'm Jason Martin, Vice President and General Manager of Alaska Business Publishing Company, which I'm proud to say was launched by Alaskans 4 decades ago and remains a local family-owned business. I myself worked at the magazine for years and years in the production department. At the time I was building ads. And of course, when I worked there, tablets were actually made out of stone because it was that long ago. And the way we communicated with our printer was through smoke signals. So a little bit's changed technology-wise over the years. But I'm proud of what my family has helped to achieve and helped to build with Alaska Business. And I'm excited to continue the tradition into the future. Our flagship publication is Alaska Business, a monthly print and digital magazine that champions Alaska businesses. Our mission is to accurately report on the exceptional business community in Alaska, which you are all a part of. Speaking of reporting, I'd like to invite Scott Rohde to the stage. He's our editor. He's going to be joining us. Scott came to Alaska Business by way of 25 years in radio and has become an indispensable team member in the 3 years that we've been privileged to work with him. For those of you who see the monitor every week in your inbox, thank you. And that's Scott's work, so you have him to thank for that. So, Scott, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Jason. Now, sometimes people are surprised that our Alaskan-owned and operated publishing company continues to thrive primarily through a monthly print magazine, but that's the truth. Next year will mark our 40th year of publishing a print edition of Alaska Business, and we will be celebrating throughout the year, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. Our print magazine remains, as Jason said, our flagship product, but we also publish the Alaska Contractor, quarterly for the Associated General Contractors of Alaska. And weekly, there's the Monitor, which is an email newsletter of what's happening in the business community. We've been publishing the Monitor for about 7 years, and shortly after we redesigned and relaunched our website. That all started a multi-year process of looking at everything we publish with a new eye. For example, with a third-party partner, we developed the digital edition of Alaska Business. You might not know this, we were one of the first publications in the state to move away from a static PDF of a magazine into a fully responsive, clickable publication, which allows our readers to have an intuitive, rich experience with our digital magazine on any device without needing an app or other download. We've added a video series called This Alaska Business, which highlights small businesses around the state. We define small as having about a dozen employees or fewer. That is no bigger than our own company. Within the pages of Alaska Business, we've introduced several advice columns. We've turned Alaska Trends into a stunning infographic series. We launched Off the Cuff, which allows our readers to get to know Alaska's leaders on a more personal basis. We've doubled down on efforts to cover all of Alaska because no matter how small or remote a community may be, the businesses operating there are important. And we want to cover them. We've worked with exceptional local photographers and artists on photo essays and photographic and illustrated covers. And driving these choices is our mission to highlight Alaska's business activities for what they are: innovative, robust, and exceptional. Alaska Business Publishing Company officially launched in 1984, but our first issue was published, as you see in the center, in January of 1985. So this coming January, 2025, will mark our 40th year of publishing Alaska Business. We are a year-round publication, so...
We clap about that. That's, yeah.
Thank you, Jason. We will be celebrating year-round with unique editorial content, with some video highlights, with a special publication and timeline documenting our history. There will be an after-hours event at some point. We'll have social media content and much, much more. And we're especially excited for next year's events, like the Best of Alaska Business celebration. That's when we party with businesses that our readers nominate as Best of Alaska. And there will be a Top 49ers luncheon, very much like the one you're attending now, but with an awesome 40th anniversary version. Not to spill the beans on the theme too early, but for next year's Top 49ers, think big Aquanet hair, neon colors, leg warmers if you've got them. And while next year is about celebrating a milestone, this year's theme is about what it takes to get to a milestone. As you know, achieving any great end happens through refining, polishing, honing, and perfecting. The Top 49ers exemplify this idea over their various histories. They've taken many paths to success, but no matter their path, it's practice and experience that allows them to be leaders in their fields. Every single project is an opportunity to excel and to learn, and the process of being the best never really ends. And so to that end, in the special session of the October issue, which will be rolling out in under an hour, you'll notice the articles in the special section stand out from the rest of the issue. The production department had a chance to take liberties with every aspect of the design, from the headers to the font to the pull quote style. The idea was to take each story individually and design it to its fullest potential regardless of our usual house style. And while we love our house style, you'll still find it in the rest of the issue. It was exciting to see what possible evolutions might exist for our publication, as we're always trying to look our best. So thank you, all of you, for inspiring a theme such as this. It's the dedication of companies like the Top 49ers that allows our editorial department to throw ourselves into rich coverage of your activities. But what, we should establish, is a Top 49er? I can tell you. The Top 49ers were founded in Alaska, they remain headquartered here, and they've not been acquired by outside companies. Approximately half of the Top 49ers are privately owned, primarily by Alaskans, and the other half, including Alaska Native corporations, are owned by shareholders. And while Alaskan ownership is not an absolute requirement for the Top 49ers, the fact that they are owned by Alaskans and those with roots in Alaska means that these companies are as tied to us as we are to them. The Top 49ers voluntarily submit their gross revenue figures to us through an online survey. We ask for gross revenue as defined by the IRS. There are companies that choose not to participate. Many have indicated to us this is because they prefer not to make their revenue figures public. You do you. Once all of those revenue figures are submitted, we sort the list, and there you have the Top 49ers. And while that process is simple, there's nothing simple about becoming a multi-million-dollar company. So congratulations again to all the Top 49ers here today. You are exceptional, and we can't wait to see how you will inspire us in the future. Back to you, Jason.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. I'm afraid next year's Aquanet theme is going to be wasted on me, but I'm excited about it nonetheless, for the rest of you with hair. So again, thank you, Scott. And before we launch into the official Top 49er ranks for 2024, we have just a few things to mention. So thank you again to our sponsors. Make sure to say hello to them in the networking event after our presentation today. During the ranks, we ask that you hold your applause until the end. That way we can actually get out of here in a timely fashion and enjoy the ice cream. And after we announce the #1 Top 49er, please make sure to stay in your seat and see if you've won 2 Alaska Airlines tickets. Now, after we've announced the winner, please take advantage of our ice cream social, and you might be surprised to find out that it features ice cream. Yeah. With that business covered, let me formally introduce Charles Bell, my friend, co-owner, and VP of Sales and Marketing. Charles has been selling Alaska business for more than 25 years. He actually counts how long he's been at the magazine by the age of his son, who's here today, and who was born the year that Charles joined our team. If you've worked with Alaska business, Charles has likely solved a problem for you, whether you know it or not. And since he's our expert in sales numbers, he'll now dazzle you with some figures, and then we'll get right into the 2024 Top 49er ranks.
Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate you. You're a fantastic business partner.
Thanks.
I appreciate our entire team at Alaska Business, and I really, really appreciate all of you guys for being here today.
Thanks.
I'm also happy to share some figures with regards to the Top 49ers because that's what I'm supposed to do. Dazzle you with figures, right?
Yep.
All right. So to start, while the Top 49ers make a lot of money, they aren't just making money. They're also creating jobs. This year, the top 49ers have approximately 94,000 employees worldwide, of whom 25,000 are in Alaska. To put that into perspective, that's approximately 7% of the civilian workforce in Alaska. On the revenue side, in 1998, my first year with the magazine, the number 49 top 49er reported 16 million, that's 1/6, in revenue. This year, the bar to make the ranks as a top 49er was nearly 75 million. That's a jump of 59 million over the first year, and approximately 13 million more than last year's entry point. Despite the higher benchmark to make the list, we still welcome 2 new top 49ers this year. Finally, the 2024 top 49ers generated just under $27 billion in combined gross revenue. That's an impressive figure, and it's up 12% over last year's combined total. For a historical reference, in 1985, our first year of publishing the top 49ers, that figure was about 10% of that amount at $2.7 billion. The top 49ers continue to grow, indicating the incredible work that all of you are doing. We're impressed, we're excited, and with that, Jason, let's begin the countdown.
Awesome, I'm on it. Coming in at number 49 is Everett's Air Cargo, Everett's Air Alaska, which reports 2023 gross revenue of $74.9 million. Everett's Air recently took delivery of 2 Cessna Sky Courier twin-engine turboprop aircraft, which can be configured for all cargo, all passenger, or a combination, improving its ability to offer scheduled and chartered air freight services. At number 48 is Roger Hickel Contracting, this year celebrating its 29th anniversary as a 100% Alaska-owned company, with a 100% Alaskan workforce. The general contractor's revenue for 2023 is $81.3 million.
Also a general contractor, Waterston Construction reports $83.3 million in revenue for 2023, securing the number 47 spot. Waterston is currently partnering with My House, a nonprofit in Wasilla, to build the 44,000 square foot Carson Cottle Center, which will enable expanded services and housing resources for teens and young adults experiencing homelessness. Craig Taylor Equipment also has ties to the construction industry as a full-service dealership for John Deere, Peterbilt, Bobcat, and Doosan, among others. It saw a 27% increase in revenues in 2023, reporting $86.8 million and claiming the number 46 spot. In addition to driving up revenue, Craig Taylor Equipment also recently completed a new 12,500 square foot shop in Fairbanks, consolidating its equipment and trucking business into one property.
Building on our construction cluster, heavy and civil contractor Great Northwest Incorporated snags the number 45 rank with $88.7 million, a whopping 42% change over the year previous. Led by CEO John Minder, Great Northwest had the 4th largest growth in revenue among the top 49ers this year, which moved it up 4 in the ranks. Coming in at number 44 is Anchorage Chrysler Dodge Center, reporting $89.9 million in gross revenue for 2023, a 9% increase in revenue. Corey Myers serves as the vehicle retailer and service provider president and general manager. He's also the subject of our October Off the Cuff this year. And when he was young, he wanted to be a veterinarian. But then when cars entered the picture, he never looked back. Make sure to pick up a copy of the Top 49ers this year in our magazine in the lobby when you leave today. Udelhoven Oilfield System Services reports an even $92 million in gross revenue for 2023. Udelhoven has been operating in Alaska for 55 years, and for 27 of those, it has made the ranks of the top 49ers, all on its foundation of safety and customer satisfaction.
The first of several financial institutions we'll meet in the climb in the 2024 top 49ers list is Credit Union One, which ranks this year at number 42. The only state-chartered credit union in Alaska reports gross revenue up 19% over last year, coming in at $92.4 million. The credit union is using that revenue to the advantage of its members opening branches in Wasilla and Kotzebue in 2024. A huge welcome to Grant Aviation. For its debut in the top 49ers ranks, it has secured the number 41 spot and reports revenue of $92.9 million. Grant Aviation has been operating since 1971 and provides scheduled and charter passenger and cargo air transportation, and is led by President and CEO Gabriel Kompkoff.
At number 40 is Huna Totem Corporation. The Village Corporation for Huna reports gross revenues of $93.8 million in 2023, a 33% increase over last year's debut. Huna Totem primarily earns revenue through government contracting and tourism, and has recently worked on continuing an expansion of the Icy Strait Port and developing world-class ports in Juneau and Whittier. The only mine in the top 49ers ranks at number 39 this year. Usabelli Coal Mine reports revenue of $97.3 million. It remains a cornerstone of energy production in Alaska and continues to find innovative ways to reduce its emissions and enhance environmental stability. For the last several years, they've participated in the state's Carbon Capture Utilization and Storage Working Group.
We ascend to the realm of top 49ers boasting 9-digit revenue with the Kuskokwim Corporation, which represents 10 villages along the middle Kuskokwim River. It reports $107.6 million in 2023 gross revenue, landing at the number 38 spot. The corporation is focusing on sustainability for its people and way of life, and is investing in equalizing access to housing and work and training opportunities in its region. At number 37 is Ghana Ayu, representing the villages of Galena, Koyukuk, Nulato, and Caltag. The corporation reports gross revenue for 2023 of $112.1 million, a more than 50% increase over its 2022 revenue of approximately $72 million, the largest percentage increase of any top 49er and the biggest jump in rank, up 9 places this year. One contribution to the increased revenue is a $160 million contract awarded the corporation's 6-mile Nika joint venture for base operations and support services for the U.S. Coast Guard on Kodiak. Residential and business technology solutions provider, MTA, takes the number 36 spot this year, reporting $115.6 million in gross revenue. MTA has recently won multiple awards, including an ESGR Above and Beyond, Achievement in Business, and 3 NTCA Excellence Awards, in addition to winning a 2024 Best of Alaska Business Award as a telecommunications provider.
The Village Corporation for Kotzebue, Kikitagruk, Inupiat Corporation, reports 2023 gross revenue of $117.4 million, a 39% increase in revenue over the year previous. The corporation operates in a variety of industries and has found continued success in government contracting. For example, recently securing a base operations and support contract for the Naval Facilities Engineering Systems Command Southeast in Florida. Vitus Energy, which provides fuel and freight sales in Alaska, comes in at number 34, reporting 2023 gross revenue of $121.9 million. This is the 11th year that Vitus Energy's all-Alaskan workforce has carried the company into the ranks of the top 49ers.
At number 33 is Colville, which provides fuel delivery in addition to solid waste disposal and recycling, camp operations, logistics, and other services, and saw a gross revenue of $129.5 million in 2023. That was a 5% increase over the previous year. Colville has now commenced operations at its new diesel exhaust fluid plant in Dead Horse, and recently opened the first retail store located inside security at the Dead Horse Airport. In 2023, Sitnasak Native Corporation, the Village Corporation for Nome, reported $148.2 million in gross revenue, allowing it to land the number 32 spot. Its subsidiary, SNC Technical Services, unveiled its new expanded manufacturing facility in Puerto Rico in July, which modernizes operations, enhancing employees' well-being.
North Rim Bank saw an increase in revenue of 18% in 2023, reporting $158.3 million, ranking at number 31 in the top 49ers this year. To better serve its customers, the bank opened the Homer Financial Center in 2024, which is its 20th branch. In leadership news, Mike Houston is the bank's new president and CEO, while Joe Shearhorn, previously in those roles, remains with the bank as the chairman. Construction Machinery Industrial comes in at number 30, reporting $159 million in 2023 gross revenue, a staggering 47% increase over last year. The distributor of construction, mining, and logging equipment is committed to providing the best customer support, which likely explains how it continues to see solid revenue growth.
At number 29 is Alaska's oldest electric cooperative, Matanuska Electric Association, which has been operating in Alaska since 1941. This year, the cooperative reports $164 million in gross revenue. Today, it powers more than 56,000 members and 70,000 meters in the Mat-Su, Chugiak, and Eagle River, and the co-op procures 16% of its power from clean energy sources and has reduced its carbon emissions by 28% over the last 10 years. Cape Fox Corporation ranks at number 28, reporting revenue of $165.4 million. The Village Corporation for Saxman marked 50 years of operations in 2023, which it celebrated with a 50th anniversary totem. The corporation says the Lovebird totem on display at the Cape Fox Lodge in Ketchikan represents its culture, strength, durability, and longevity. General contractor Cruise Construction rose in the ranks this year from number 34 last year to number 27 this year. Its 35% increase in revenues allowed it to make the climb. The company reports 2023 gross revenue of $166.5 million.
Seeing a 10% increase in revenue, Davis Constructors and Engineers reports 2023 revenues of $207.9 million and ranks at number 26. Davis has been operating in Alaska for 49 years, and for 32 of those, it has appeared in the top 49ers, a feat accomplished through its all-Alaskan workforce. Chogyong Limited has also seen another exciting year of growth, reporting revenue of $229.3 million and ranking this year at number 25. In addition to seeing growth in its business lines, the company saw its shareholder base expand as it officially issued new shares of stock to qualified descendant shareholders.
At number 24 is First National Bank, which has 28 locations in 19 communities and assets of more than $5.2 billion. For 2023, the bank reports gross revenue of $240.2 million, a 30% hike over last year, or the previous year, I should say. It continues its run as the best place to work in the Best of Alaska Business Awards, earning top ranks in that category for the 9th consecutive year. Number 23 is Three Bears, Alaska, which reports 2023 gross revenue of $297.7 million. The retailer generated revenue through its 29 stores throughout Alaska, including one in Dutch Harbor. That location replaced the Alaska Ship Supply General Store and Captain's Bay Convenience Store that were located there prior to Three Bears taking over in December of 2023.
All right, I get to welcome our second brand new top 49er, which enters the ranks this year with a bang at number 22. Copper River Management Company, launched in 2006 and led by CEO Kevin McLaughlin, operates IT and cybersecurity, construction and infrastructure services, maritime manufacturing, healthcare support, and human capital management, among other services. Welcome to the ranks, Copper River Management Company. Rising 2 places in the ranks this year to number 21 is Ulunik Corporation, reporting gross revenues for 2023 of $325.4 million, a 24% increase over last year. The Village Corporation for Wainwright is currently working on the Thomas Training Center project atop Eagle Glacier for the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium and Alaska Pacific University.
And now we're in the top 20. Marking this milestone is Tyronic Native Corporation, reporting 2023 gross revenue of $330.3 million, which marks the 6th year of revenue growth for the Village Corporation. Its subsidiary, Tyronic Services Group, recently completed the purchase of a 68,000 square foot hangar facility in Alabama, multiplying the company's portfolio of state-of-the-art facilities. The first regional corporation we're meeting in the ranks, Doyon Limited, saw its revenue rise 29% for 2023, reporting gross revenue of $343 million, which places it at number 19. Over the last year, the 180-person team at Fairweather, which Doyon acquired in 2023, has become part of the Doyon's oilfield services pillar, which includes Doyon Drilling, Mid-Alaska Pipeline, and Doyon Associated.
Regional Corporation Ahtna also saw an increase in revenue over 2023, reporting $357.4 million. Ahtna's family of companies recently invested in a diverse range of equipment for the Palmer Airport project, which included constructing a new taxiway, extending an existing one, removing outdated taxiways, enhancing drainage systems, and creating an additional aircraft parking apron. Chugach Electric holds steady at number 17, reporting 2023 gross revenues of $362.7 million. The electric utility provides power to 91,000 Alaska homes and businesses, and a growing portion of that power is through renewable energy sources. Installation is currently underway on 2 solar power panels, and they are both anticipated to be in commercial operation by the end of October.
Number 16 is the Aleut Corporation, which in April launched the Aleut Shareholder Marketplace, an entrepreneur training course administered by McKinley Alaska Growth Capital, perhaps planting the seed for future top 49ers. Aleut reports 2023 gross revenues of $380 million, a fantastic 38% hike over the previous year. Urban Corporation Gold Belt secured the number 15 rank this year, reporting gross revenues of $404.2 million. Gold Belt was honored in 2024 as a VETS Index's recognized employer, which highlights the corporation's commitment to recruiting, hiring, retaining, developing, and supporting veterans and the military-connected community.
Sea Alaska saw a 22% increase in its revenue in 2023, reporting $500.8 million and ranking number 14 this year. Its businesses operate under the umbrella of Wuching, and the mission is to foster healthy oceans and help address climate change. In 2023, Sea Alaska's Geosciences Group launched a project to complete a preliminary undersea investigation for the first floating offshore wind farm in the Mediterranean Sea. Reporting $560 million in 2023 revenue, SERI comes in at number 13. Earlier this year, the regional corporation welcomed a new CEO, Swami Iyer, and a new president, Sarah Lukien. SERI's largest subsidiary, the Northwind Group, also saw a new CEO, Richard Driggs.
Through a 12% increase in revenue to $609.8 million in 2023, Global Credit Union is number 12 in the ranks this year. Earlier this year, Global held a grand opening at its newest branch located inside the Eielson Exchange Shopping Center on Eielson Air Force Base. The 300-square-foot kiosk is the first of its kind for the credit union. Afognak Native Corporation grabs the number 11 spot, reporting $624.7 million in 2023 gross revenue. It held its eighth annual Afognak Youth Charity Golf Tournament in July, raising more than $500,000, and was pleased to invite Gabby Lemieux, the first Native American to play in the U.S. Women's Open.
And here we are at the top 10, which means you're that much closer to ice cream, which I know I'm excited about at least. Bringing us in is Chugach Alaska Corporation at number 10 with $775 million in 2023 gross revenues. It's for you. No, it's okay, it's okay. Chugach had a very busy year this year, establishing 2 nonprofits, advancing Chugach land exchange legislation, welcoming CEO Jonathan Dalrymple to the organization, and just this week, Chugach announced that Catherine Carlton is taking on the role of interim president. With $799 million in 2023 gross revenue, Bering Straits Native Corporation landed at number 9 in the ranks, 3 higher than last year, with an extraordinary 47% revenue increase over the year previous. This year, Bering Straits established 3 new holding companies to oversee its more than 30 subsidiaries: BSNC Government Services, BSNC Commercial Services, and BSNC Regional Services.
Number 8 this year is Inupiaq Corporation, also known as UIC, reporting $813.5 million in 2023 gross revenue, moving up one in the ranks. The company's record revenue growth allowed for record stock distributions, even as the company welcomed more than 800 first-generation descendants as Class B shareholders. Coniag is number 7 in the ranks, reporting $936 million in 2023 gross revenue, a more than 30% increase over 2022, continuing its trend of revenue growth. In the last 5 years, the company has almost tripled its revenue, reporting approximately $324 million for 2019. Coniag subsidiaries have been busy, with Coniag Government Services moving into new headquarters, Coniag Energy and Water welcoming new CEO Phil Volans and his IT subsidiary rebranding as Vervent.
Seeing 23% revenue growth to $968.7 million, Chalista Corporation comes in at number 6. Chalista had record distributions in 2023, with $16.3 million being paid out to its shareholders, which is almost $2 million more than 2022. Along with dividends, Chalista's numbers of shareholders is also growing and is now at 37,000. At number 5, Linden is the lone non-native corporation in the top 10, and is also the first top 49er to break the $1 billion mark this year, reporting 2023 gross revenues of $1.35 billion, which continues its 3-year growth trend. This year, Linden is celebrating 70 years of operations in Alaska, and by all indications, Alaskans are happy to have the company here, as it was named one of Alaska's best cargo and logistics providers by the Best of Alaska Business Awards.
Chenega Corporation, the highest ranked village corporation in the 2024 top 49ers, sits at number 4 and reports 2023 gross revenue of $1.4 billion. That's a 9% increase over the previous reporting year. Chenega was first featured as a top 49er in 2002 when it debuted on the list at number 25. A mere 3 years later, in 2005, it climbed into the top 5. Chenega continues to maximize its business opportunities, as it clearly has in the past, and supports its shareholders and village. With $2.47 billion in 2023 gross revenue, Nana Regional Corporation comes in at number 3 this year. Nana has more employees, 4,600, and has more Alaskan employees at 4,600, and more employees total, 17,400, than any other top 49er. A significant source of this revenue is the Red Dog zinc mine, and in 2023, Nana shareholders voted to approve the creation of a permanent fund seeded and supported with Red Dog net proceeds distributed to Nana, with the intent of generating earnings for future shareholder dividend distributions.
Claiming the number 2 rank this year is Bristol Bay Native Corporation, celebrating a 16% increase in revenue and reporting $3.17 billion in gross revenues. This year, BB&C continued its partnership with the Alaska DMV to provide the mobile DMV program in its region, giving residents access to driver's licenses and real IDs all in their communities and without the need to travel. Also this year, subsidiary Kakavik Asset Management is developing a non-destructive evaluation facility for Santos, which, starting in 2026, will facilitate welder qualifications and in-shop fabrication testing in Deadhorse for Pika before production begins. And here we are at number 1, Arctic Slope Regional Corporation. ASRC reports $5.5 billion in 2023 revenue. It's the first time in the corporation's history that it has surpassed $5 billion in revenue, an incredible milestone matched by several others for the company this year. Its shareholder enrollment climbed to 14,000 people. Its employee numbers grew to 16,000, and its combined dividend, the largest in its history, was $115 per share. Driving a portion of this increased revenue was ASRC closing in on 6 strategic and growth-oriented acquisitions in 2023, including the largest acquisition in its history, the Logistics and Support Chain Management Division of Science Applications International Corporation. Congratulations to ASRC and to all of the 2024 Top 49ers. Now you can clap for all of them. So before we transition to the ice cream social, we're going to get the bowl that has all of the tickets brought forward, and we're going to use that to draw this year's winner for the Alaska Airlines tickets. So thank you to Alaska Airlines. Scott, if you wouldn't mind seeing if we can get that bowl brought forward, please. Awesome. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Hi, Emily. Look, it's Emily. Hi. Thank you, Emily. Thank you to Alaska Airlines for providing 2 tickets to anywhere it flies. Alaska Airlines recently expanded and has completed its merger with Hawaiian Air, if you haven't heard that already, and is currently working on bringing the perks of both airlines on for all members. Okay, so here's the bowl. We're going to have Charles draw one of these. Charles, should be you.
Do a little quick shake on it?
Sure, shake it.
Shake it? All right, here we go.
Not playing favorites. Do you want to read it? Go ahead.
I can read numbers.
Good.
0, 2, 8, 2, 9, 5. If you have that ticket, please stand up.
Somebody here's a winner.
Who's the
Is there
winner?
a gentleman in the back?
In
Gentleman
the
in the back
back.
raising his hand.
All right. All right.
All right.
Very good.
Congratulations, person at the back of the room. And if you please stay standing for just a moment, Charles is going to go back and confirm that you are actually the winner and have the winning ticket. So if you can confirm that, Charles, thank you. And again, thank you to Alaska Airlines and congratulations on your recent growth. Now it's time for the ice cream social. Almost. Don't get up just yet. Please make sure to grab a passport. They're on your table. So you have a chance to win a gift card to 49th State Brewing Company. We'll announce that winner at 1:45 on the dot in the lobby, but you must be present to win. The instructions are on your passport, as are all of our amazing sponsors, so please make sure to say hi to them when you're out there enjoying the Wild Scoops ice cream, and visit our photo booth and the red carpet photo station. Join us at next year's Top 49er Luncheon, which is Friday, September, I didn't write down a date. It's on our website, but it's Friday, September. We'll see you there. Obviously, I'm the guy at the top of the program who didn't know how to work a clock. I don't know how to work a calendar either. Congratulations once again to all of this year's Top 49ers, and thank you all for joining us this year at our Top 49ers Luncheon. Thank you all.
And if you guys are curious, that date is September 26th. September 26th of 2025.
Much better with numbers and calendars. Thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Jason.